Welcome to episode 1693. It is of Hard Factor. It is Good Friday, April 18th, 2025. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor. If you need more Hard Factor today, Mark is going to lead us off with the horrible news out of Florida State.
I am. And we're off Monday morning because of Easter. So we'll be releasing our Florida Man Friday Patreon show for y'all fine folks for Monday morning.
Easter's Keister episode.
Because we're going to take a day off because we deserve that.
Pat and I dug into a little bit of Easter history.
Nice.
Some stuff that we might not know about. So
we're going to respect the Sabbath for one time, one time only.
That's
Easter.
Right.
I heard you guys read the ad, which we never do on Patreon, patreon.com/Hard Factor. But for this particular episode, since it's being released on Monday,
thought I'd save you the trouble.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's right.
Yeah, shooting in Florida State, not good.
Not good.
What's next after that crap?
Back to El Salvador with Wes.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little update on the some new information that was released from the time we recorded yesterday till today about the Kilmar case. A little bit of Chicago Bulls ties that we're going to talk about, and satanic ties that Will is just going to love and make him hate MS13.
Not on Good Friday, Wes.
How could I hate MS13 even more? I guess if they're satanic, yeah. I mean, it's great. Good point.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then I've got the scientists actually found the aliens.
Oh,
they found them.
The ones that turned into stone, or?
I'm going to tell you about the aliens they did find.
Okay.
And I can't make any other promises than that.
Okay.
All right.
That's
the
scientists have done this to me. All right. Not my choosing.
I got what do I got? I got titties on flags.
Oh,
nice.
Times where titties have been on flags, and some of the hottest flags. We're gonna go through who's got which state has the hottest lady on the flag.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about a ban of our home state's flag.
Because there's titties on it.
That's right.
There's
Virginia's for lovers, titty lovers.
Mm-hmm. Which is everybody.
It's a great titty, too.
Well, except for the guy in my story.
Just looked at it.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about those titties.
Nice. That's a great way to end the week. Thanks, Pat.
Well, let's start it with the bad stuff, shall we? There was a mass shooting at Florida State University on Thursday. It's being reported that there were 6 victims, and at the time of this recording, 2 died. 2 people passed away. They were murdered, and 4 are in serious or critical condition. A suspect was apprehended, and this little piece of shit was a police deputy's son, and allegedly used one of her service weapons to perpetrate the really pathetic and unoriginal crime, by the way. Oh, boo-hoo, I'm so upset. No one respects me, and no one will bang me, so I'm going to do exactly what 500 other losers have done before me, because part of the reason no one will bang me is that I'm an unoriginal, boring, insufferable, limp-dicked loser. Like,
right.
Come on. School
I
shooting.
did see that quote.
Yeah,
really proving it with
That's what he said when he got arrested.
That's what he said. Yeah, and we're like, we knew you would say that because you're unoriginal. You'd think with all the hours of absorbing content alone, a creative idea would pop up in these losers' heads. But no, it's always shoot up a school or a mall or a church. It's so unoriginal that this sad fact was brought to life by Fred Gutenberg. They're actually Fred Gutenberg, whose daughter Jamie was killed in the Parkland, Florida high school mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. He said that some of his daughter's friends from that 2018 shooting went on to live and graduate from that school and then went to Florida State, and they are currently there. Some of them were in the student union section outdoors and were like running for their lives. So this is the number 2 for them, second mass shooting in their school career.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, you don't want to go to grad school with any of them. That's bad luck. That's,
No. Speaking of which, one guy here, I have his text. Josh Gallagher, law student. He said he was. I'll just read it to you. I'll pull it up. Josh Gallagher's tweeted out that after living through the MSD shooting in 2018, I never thought it would be. I would hit close to home again. Then I'm in the FSU law library and hear an alarm. Active shooter on campus. No matter your politics, we need to meet and do something. Something has to change. Prayers to the victims and families. So Josh might get to number 3 if he doesn't hurry up and get that law degree.
Yeah.
What does he mean, no matter your politics? What does he mean by that?
No matter how you feel about guns.
Yeah, I think
Because there's one side, it's politics that do want to do something, and there's one side that doesn't.
Well, I think he's calling to the side that might not want to try to get their support back with that quote. Like that's
I guess he should say, matter your politics.
Is he saying I want to ban guns? Is that the statement?
I think he's saying something needs to be done.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything about that. Yeah. I think he's saying something needs to be done. And by the way, if you're a doctor, if you're an aspiring doctor and you're in kindergarten right now, you might get to 4 shootings in your school career. Can we send some of these U.S. citizen mass shooters to El Salvador prison? I'm coming around to it on that.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good
use case.
That's a good use case.
That one's probably off the table.
Yeah. There are a few facts we know about the shooter. There's not a lot that came out on the victims yet. At the time of this recording, unfortunately, I can't say their names. I'd like to, but we do know a few things about the shooter. His name is Nobody Gives a Fuck, and he's never touched a boob. He was a student at Florida State, and he was majoring in being a queef. So we do have that information on this piece of shit loser.
Pretty typical profile on these guys.
Yeah.
What's even crazier is that his mom was a school resource officer, so she was one of the officers there. You know,
at the school,
not at FSU, but I think a high school, in case something like this happens.
Crazy.
And then her son's at another school doing the exact same thing that she's in school to, you know, hopefully help out with if it happens at her school.
She's been on the force for 18 years and has a exemplary record from what it's been told in this little piece of shit. Actual fact about him, I don't like talking about him, but he was in the youth like junior gonna be a police officer good person program growing up. Like he was like, you know, he went through like that whole program and something happened to him.
Didn't take any of those lessons to heart.
Yeah.
What was that ROTC?
No, it was some police. It wasn't like ROTC is more for like aspiring like military, I think. This was like a police program for people that wanted to make sure that the community
wanted to not be mass shooters.
Yeah,
right?
they were supposed to not do that.
Mass shooters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
who gives a fuck
better route.
Who gives a fuck what he did or who he is? Really, he's a piece of shit. They got him.
Yeah,
he's alive, unfortunately. But
yeah, the video you sent was alarming. It was just
not me. It was intern Joey, I think, or Jackson. But yes, it just shows him. Someone was behind the bushes, and it just shows him casually shooting at people
after he walked away from someone he just shot that was laying on the ground. Yeah,
I'm not going to play that video.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Very fucked up.
I mean, that's all. I don't really want to continue talking about him or, you know.
Yeah. No, they gotta.
Yeah,
that's not good.
RIP to the people out there. It sucks. Not cool.
Yeah. I did hear that the police response to this one was grade A. That they are very, you know, they were on top of it. So they were.
So the Parkland Coward police resource guy didn't go on to work.
I don't think
FSU.
so. No, I don't think so. I think it was
Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was an exemplary demonstration of how.
So how many? I mean, I know we're not talking about the guy. So you're saying he had a lot more bullets on him. It could have been a lot worse.
It was a handgun.
Oh, okay.
It was a handgun
rifle on him too,
and a rifle. Yeah, some reports of a rifle. Definitely a service gun of his mom's. So he might have had 2 guns, but
yeah. The way it works is when a cop. I was listening to the news brief. It was her form. So when a cop like goes and transfers or does, you know, gets a new job or something, their old service weapon, they have the option to keep it or buy it from the police force. So it was one of her previous service weapons that she was keeping in the house.
Man, there was some crazy reporting. Like I was Googling it. Definitely saw at one point the headline 5 dead, and then clicked that, and it was a 404 error. So someone jumped the gun on the number of dead.
I mean, there's still people still in critical condition, right?
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah. I mean, it's a 4 in critical, 2 dead. That's what Mark.
When it first happened, there was no dead and only 1 in critical and 5 in serious, and then it jumped to 2 dead. So one of the serious people died as well. So, you know, I don't know what it's going to be when you're listening to the show, but I think only 6 people were shot. Not only. That's not. I didn't mean it like that, but I think 6 people were shot. 2 were dead.
Right.
That is sadly the mentality of these things these days. Oh, only 2. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, fucked up.
Okay.
That sucks.
All right. Well, thanks for taking.
When are we getting to the titty flags?
Doing that one.
4th.
All right. Okay. They're coming up. Everyone.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You want to
All
just jump to titty flex?
No,
okay. All right. I got an update on the story. Well, first, let's get to some business here. Okay, we've talked about it on the show. FitBod. It's the app that we've all been using to get in shape. Every workout routine, no matter your fitness level, needs variety to be sustainable. You're going to burn out. You keep doing the same routine over and over and over again. Also, it helps with plateaus. You got to change up. You got to trick the muscles. You got to trick your body and switch things up. And FitBod customizes every workout and adapts as you improve to avoid boredom and plateaus on your journey. It's a very important part of working out, is avoiding the plateaus, avoiding that boredom, because then you're just going to say, fuck this. This is boring, and I'm not getting anywhere, and you quit. Now with FitBod. FitBod will make sure that doesn't happen to you.
Also, whenever I'm at the gym, I'm like, I'm probably doing this exercise 70% correctly.
Exactly. You're wasting energy and time doing incorrect exercise form. And FitBod helps you with that by showing you demonstration videos of exactly. There you go. Will's putting one up right now. Exactly.
That's how you do a burpee.
That's how you do a burpee. That's a perfect burpee that guy's doing. And look how in shape he is. And there's thousands of demonstration videos just like that to make sure that you are doing the proper form when you're doing your exercises. And FitBod customizes the routine based on what you have accessible, whether it's at your gym you belong to, your home gym, or nothing. They will give you a workout routine that can get you results no matter what you're working with. And again, it's like having a personal trainer in your pocket, keeps you motivated.
Don't even need clothes. That guy was doing burpees with clothes because it was a video he was sending to me. When you do it at home, you don't even really need clothes.
No, look at this one. Single leg Romanian deadlift. Imagine reading that on a fucking paper and then trying to do it.
You need that demonstration.
You got to get.
Never even heard of that. There you go. I mean, you can just the possibilities to change up your routine and get over those humps and plateaus are endless with this app. Workouts adapt to your growth. Each workout is challenging enough to push you to make progress, and keeps track of your muscle recovery so you can avoid burnout and keep up your momentum. And it's fine-tuned by experienced, certified personal trainers. So you get this app with certified personal trainers. Guess what it's going to cost you otherwise if you go to the gym to do that? A lot more. So level up your workout. Join FitBod today to get your personalized workout plan. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app free for 7 days at fitbod.me/hardfactor. That's FITBOD.me/hardfactor. Okay. Let's get into an update on the story I covered yesterday involving Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Okay, some new stuff has come out. I found a white woman from the right-leaning Sinclair Media News program National News Desk who dug into the case, and she might shed some light on a few things. Maybe some of this we've already talked about, but
she doesn't want him back, does she?
She doesn't want him back. She's got her little, There we go. Here's the white Christian woman explaining what happened at the Home Depot.
This is Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the Maryland man who was deported to El Salvador to the mega prison there. And I dug into the court cases that happened leading up to all of this to get a better understanding of why we are where we are. He supposedly entered the U.S. in 2012 through the southern border in Texas, but then fast forward to 2019, this is really where it all starts. So he was allegedly hanging out in front of the Home Depot with a few other guys. Police spotted them. As the detective walked up, he wrote in the report that 2 of the guys quickly tossed something under a nearby car, and then they stopped all 4 individuals, and they found a couple of small bottles of weed on the scene. So they took them in. They immediately recognized one of the guys as a known MS13 gang member. He apparently has a long criminal history. He'd already been found guilty of gang involvement just a few months earlier.
So
a confidential
not Kilmar,
informant. The police described him as a past, proven, and reliable source of information. Confirmed, Kilmar Abrego Garcia is a member of MS13 as well. 2 different immigration courts later accepted that evidence. They also agreed that it was true. And one said that he was connected to a murder case. Regardless, he was denied.
Okay, so that's kind of, we've heard that. This is the new information that this police report has been released. I think Pam Bondi released it on X, which was the gang interview from Prince George's County Police Department at the time of that incident. And basically, it says officers interviewed Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia during the interview. And during that time, he was observed wearing a Chicago Bulls hat and a hoodie with rolls of money covering the eyes, ears, and mouth of the presidents on the separate denominations, Officers know such clothing may be indicative of the Hispanic gang culture, meaning of the clothing to represent ver hoy y callar, or see no evil, hear no evil, and say no evil. And wearing the Chicago Bulls hat represents they're a member in good standing with MS13. And again,
Michael Jordan.
Everyone
MJ.
loves Jordan, right?
Yeah, MS13 loves Michael
Everyone
Jordan.
knows that.
Jordan.
Bueno.
See.
So they also, the confidential source, one of the guys they arrested, advised that Abrego Garcia is the rank of Chequeo, and with the moniker Chele. And that's from a reputable source, one of the guys that they arrested. So in regards to the Chicago Bulls hat, which is hilarious, and I'm going to get to some other opinions about all this bullshit later.
I like how they're like MS13 member with a long rap sheet, total piece of shit. He's very reputable.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't they just check Kilmar for tattoos? Everyone in MS13 has tattoos. Why? Just go straight
Mark,
to the source if he has tattoos or not. I'm going
to get to
you could
an
literally
expert.
Just look at the guy, and if he has tattoos, he's that say he's an MS13. He's probably an MS13.
Listen, I'm going to give you the unbiased opinion.
I think there's a
sources
single
here
MS13
from both
member.
Where
sides
is he
here.
gangbanging again? Where was this piece of shit gangbanging?
Home Depot.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was selling.
He said
weed
he was
at Home
out there
Depot.
looking for a job, but he was seen with.
They were
known
selling
MS-13.
weed at the Home Depot.
Yeah,
according
they were
to
selling
the
weed at Home
detective.
I think this could be 100% solved if they just check for his tattoos.
Now, I looked into this Bulls connection because who doesn't like the Bulls? I mean, I just got my son a Michael Jordan jersey, and he doesn't even like basketball. This is just something that people love.
Great.
Yeah, fucking amazing.
Didn't have a Bulls starter jacket or hat.
According to ChatBT, MS13 isn't officially tied to the Bulls or the team's merchandise, but they do wear Bulls hats or their sports gear as part of coded street uniform. It's less about the team and more about symbolism, style, and misdirection in gang culture. I mean, Kilmar really loved the Bulls. Here he is in a white Bulls hat. Here he is in the black Bulls hat. This is probably a Bulls hat. Here's a backwards NBA hat, probably a Bulls hat. But they say that MS13 uses the Bulls logo in replace of their devil horns. So as to not, just wear straight up. There's a sign of the MS13. Here's also another tattoo of MS13. They like the devil horns. So the Bulls are the closest thing that they can wear to represent without being too obvious about, hey, I'm an MS13.
I believe that, but
yeah, me too.
I didn't see a single tat on his arms or face or neck.
That's because he's not.
98% of MS13 people have tats on their face, neck, or arms.
That's because, according to BBC Stephen Dudley, who's a journalist and author who spent years studying MS13, said that it is true that at some point the Chicago Bulls logo horns became, a symbolism for MS13 devil horns. But he said that that the rank of Chequeo means that he was not yet initiated. He was a prospect. So he wasn't officially in.
Oh no, he was a wannabe, and that's why he was jocking the Bulls so hard. Oh shit.
Yeah. So that's
Chequeo means bitch in MS13.
Chequeo, get over here, Chequeo.
Oh shit, he was the fucking Chequeo. Oh no.
Yeah.
No, that's bitch work. Get the Chequeo to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a rank.
Chile. Yikes.
Instead, it's a term used.
He was a little mad at home in 2021.
It's a term used to refer to recruits who are yet to be initiated. So he was a recruit. They were trying to get him in the gang. That's what this expert says.
I mean, how does he know that?
He doesn't. He's just saying what the term Chequeo means, and based on the fact that he was hanging out with MS13 gang members wearing this symbolism, it adds up a little bit. Now
it quacks like a duck.
Yeah,
and then he also the protective stay on him in 2021.
Yeah, MS13 also has satanic
information.
The satanic symbolism I was going to tell you about, Will. Their tattoos, their graffiti. They also it's about fear and dominance. Satan imagery amplifies the gang's reputation for brutality, and they use in Central America, El Salvador and Honduras especially, they mix satanic elements in local spiritual practices like witchcraft, and they chant certain satanic things when they're beating in.
That tracks.
They
cut off people's hands. They kill children. That tracks. So I believe all of that.
They reference the beast and Lucifer when pledging loyalty to the gang. Blah 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 blah.
Stop it.
Yeah. What? I'm just. Anyway. more information about Kilmar is that there's an article in the Tennessee Star. This is a conservative news website, which said Abrego Garcia was detained by the Tennessee Highway Patrol on suspicion of human trafficking in 2022 while driving a vehicle carrying 7 passengers. That report, the FBI later released them and his passengers. In addition to those newfound affiliation revelations, the DHS also posted on their X court order from Kilmar's wife, filed against him for domestic violence in 2021. The order was filed by Jennifer Vasquez Sura, and it said that he punched her, scratched her, ripped her shirt, and grabbed and bruised her. It says, quote, the court orders that the above correspondent shall not abuse, threaten to abuse, or harass the petitioner and others to be protected. Of that incident,
protective order against his wife.
Yeah, of that incident, she said that his wife.
No, I mean, obviously he's no angel, but she's been calling for his release. Like,
well, she said that.
Sure, she says they've gotten stronger since then.
Yeah, exactly. She said that she had a previous relationship that included domestic violence. However, she did not appear at the court hearing. That didn't go any further. As Will said, she said they got stronger. We were able to work through the situation privately as a family. No,
I had to get stronger because he was getting stronger.
Yeah, he's really strong.
Yeah, he's really strong.
He packs a punch.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
I haven't heard anything definitive on it. I mean, like, just check if he's alive. Check his body for tattoos. I guess, or he was. You know, it sounds like maybe he was definitely hanging out with some people affiliated, and maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And in reference to the order of the depositions that the judge ordered as far as getting the information as what Trump administration is doing to get back, she hasn't heard a fucking peep. And the Trump administration filed a petition on Thursday to appeal the order by Zinnis to get those government officials to be deposed. That was denied by a federal court, which said it is difficult in some cases to get the very heart of the matter, but in this case, it's not hard at all. A 3-judge panel at the U.S. Court of Appeals wrote, the government is asserting a right to stash away residents of this country in foreign prisons without the semblance of due process. That is the foundation of our constitutional order. So it sounds like they're going to be able to depose these people, and Trump's not going to get his way with this. He's going to have to provide some information, and
they're going to depose everybody. But at the end of the day, the court is just pissed because he circumvented them. Like, they can't do anything. They can't enforce anything now that Kilmar is in El Salvador and the president's unwilling to return him. So they're going to depose Trump's people, and they're going to get raked over the coals by the courts. But at the end of the day, I mean, the courts have no authority to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
With this particular case.
Did you guys see the cop who took that report like 3 days later was suspended and then fired?
No.
Or
yes, he was.
I guess he was like he was like trading confidential information for getting his D asked.
Oh, nice.
Like little dick sucking.
Yeah, it seems like the right is saying, trying to justify how bad a guy he is, and the left saying bring him back, and it's just like
it doesn't matter. Bring him back, and then send him to jail for a crime that he did he could get out eventually, unless
he's not our citizen.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. He's in El Salvador.
But you understand that
the president of El Salvador is saying he's not going to give him back.
Well, at this point, I know that. Are you comfortable with it? Are you comfortable with it that he's going to be in jail forever?
If he wasn't from El Salvador, I probably wouldn't be. But he is.
It's not about where he is. It's about the fact that he's in jail forever because President Trump is doing a flex to the president of El Salvador. Like, it's just
his home country's president is not giving him up. At this point, what do you want anybody to do about it? If the home country's president's not releasing his own fucking citizen, you don't have the authority to the Supreme Court can't just whine until it happens. It won't happen. Like, that's not how the world works.
I think
you could have not voted
for
it.
I mean, do it in the first place, or don't do it again.
So it's my fault.
No, it's not yours. Fault. I'm just saying you could have done something.
No, you just said it, dude. You just said it was. That's fine. This is how you are. This is how you are. But so it's everybody who voted for Trump's fault that this thing happened. And then this is the death of democracy when an El Salvadorian person won't be released from El Salvador. That's the death of democracy.
It's a step towards it. Yeah.
Well, how about
what about the victims?
How about the fact
what about Lake and Riley?
Happened to it. I think we can all agree that's not a good that's not good. Outside of mass shooters.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if Pat hadn't voted to let these murderers in the country,
That is true. I did do that.
True. That's true.
I said open the border. Get
Well,
them in here.
it's the same argument you just presented.
It's just how your brain works. I mean, you can't you paint everybody in a brush of that color, and
It's the same argument.
fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't agree that either are true, but it's the same argument. Okay, that was fun.
That was fun. At least we're not Kilmar.
We're not Kilmar. No. True. In jail forever.
Let's talk titties.
I think that's later.
Oh,
in the
that's
show.
last. Okay.
We can go titties or aliens. It doesn't.
Let's
What
talk
do you
about
guys
aliens.
choose your own adventure?
Legal aliens?
No, I already did that.
Oh.
No, different.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to the well. Real aliens. Do you guys remember the Super Earth? Probably don't, even though I've done the story about 15 times. But that's okay. It's called K218b. And I've literally done this story on this show maybe 10 to 15 times because the scientists have been collecting trace chemical data from this planet via the James Webb Telescope. And they collected their second and most promising chemical traces associated with life just recently using the James Webb Telescope. And so the scientists at Cambridge now say, this is the strongest evidence yet that there is possibly life out there. I'm telling you. And I can realistically say that with we can confirm this signal within 1 or 2 more years. So they only need 1 or 2 more years now after announcing they first found the chemical traces 3 or 4 years ago. And so now it's just going to be 1 or 2 more years until they can finally confirm good
back it up
that K218b is the first planet we know of for sure with alien life on it.
Back it up a little bit, Will. What chemicals did they find, and what is it about these chemicals?
Right. So to refresh you on what this is for the 15th time, this is a planet that is 2.5 times the size of the Earth and 124 light years away. The Cambridge group has found that the atmosphere seems to contain the chemical signature of at least one of 2 molecules that are associated with life: dimethyl sulfide, or DMS, and dimethyl disulfide, DMDS. On Earth, and this is the same thing they've been putting out for 3 to 4 years now. On Earth, these gases are produced by marine phytoplankton and bacteria.
By non-single cell organisms, right? Is that
algae?
Yeah.
It's produced by algae.
Right.
Yeah. So here's the scientists again. The amount we estimate of this gas in the atmosphere is thousands of times higher than what we have on Earth. All right. So if the association with life is real, then this planet will be teeming with life.
It's covered in algae.
So yeah, it's either a giant sea filled with algae.
Yeah.
Or it's a giant sea filled with algae and aliens. And they can confirm that. They can't confirm that, actually. They can just confirm if the algae is there in maybe 2 years. Again, they announced this 3 to 4 years ago initially. Everybody, this is the same fucking planet you've been hearing has life on it for fucking 5 years. And it's trending number 3 on Google. So I don't know how the fuck, it's the same thing.
Because, well, 18 months ago when it first to big time trended, it was only 68% certainty, the team that was working on it. Now this team that you're talking about has a 99.7% certainty, which is not good enough in the scientific community. It needs to be 99.9999% certain before it gets certified.
I was a big defender of NASA before doing this show. Just I'll leave the segment at that.
700 trillion miles away, this planet.
Yeah, now all we got to do is invent the ability to time hop or whatever it is.
Did it even say NASA or did it say astronomers?
NASA's doing this.
It's
Cambridge. I mean, it's an international consortium, but NASA's in charge of the analysis of the chemicals.
And they're all sniffing each other's asses, Wes. NASA,
look,
Cambridge.
It's a funding request, just like the fucking super asteroid was, and yes, and it's a never-ending one that somehow is trending in the top 5 on Google in 3 years after they announced the exact same shit.
Doesn't seem like the planet teeming with life cares about us.
No.
It doesn't have it. It's not. It's probably just algae.
Yeah.
It's not there.
It's just bubbling algae.
But
It's
think
just a
about
bunch
it,
of
the
algae.
What about the beaches over there, though?
Yeah.
There's probably no. It's
Come
probably
on.
all water and algae. They have it
Water
thousands
world.
of times higher than us. We're 80% water, and it's got thousands of times more algae than
A
us.
lot of oxygen, though.
Get me to
Chris
that
Christie's
water planet.
dream. No one
I
on
love
that
the water.
beach, but
Yeah,
him.
exactly. You see Ivanka Trump surfing on the beach?
I know you did, Mark.
I know. So
Yeah.
the picture, she's got her dad's butt. The first picture, she does. So the first picture's so hot.
I think
she's
Donald's a
surfing.
little thicker, honestly.
Well,
225.
she's got. I'm not saying. It's not saying she has a big butt. In fact, she has no butt. She has long butt. That's the whole point. Trump is
Right.
that she has a flat butt. So the front picture is her surfing. She's looking like a 10, and then they turn her around, and she's got a long flat butt. I was like, oh, you got your dad's butt.
Yeah.
pull up-
So
let's
that's
pull
when
it
I
up.
put my penis down.
Look at this flat butt real quick.
Yeah, you got the flat butt.
I got a flat butt.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
see
a
here.
tall.
disappointing. Yeah, like so the front
She
picture
looks-
like whoa.
She
And then
looks
she's
great
got-
for 43.
Yeah, she's had.
Oh, she's hot. I'm not. Look, I'm just saying, she's got her dad's butt. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe she's trying to work on it with all the surfing. You know,
Yeah, good for
Yeah,
her.
That's right.
They'll do
it's a
it.
for
butt
her.
strengthening exercise. Yeah,
That's right. She's a mother of 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's had a few kids.
I'm not
Right.
body.
Those
shaming her. I
kids-
am body
those
shaming.
kids
I
will
just thought
rip
she was gonna have
your
a
body
big
up,
old,
yeah.
big old badunk.
You were
know?
disappointed in her butt. I
Yeah,
understand.
just a little disappointed in her butt. She's hot. What do you want me to
You're
do?
the one that stopped masturbating.
She looks great in jeans.
Yeah, exactly. She's got in the dresses.
Yeah.
Does she look great in jeans now, though, Wes? After
Sure.
you've seen what's behind him,
No, now I know. Now I know.
Yeah,
it's fake.
the jeans are doing all the work.
Let's talk tits. The jeans are doing all the work. Great double entendre there, Mark. All right, we grew up in a state, the only state in the Union, guys, that has bare titties on the state seal and there for the flag.
Woo!
And I don't know about you, but I used to pop a bone in civics class looking at that flag, just thinking about it. Can't wait to see the other one. Can't wait. Wish I could pull back that curtain. I'm talking about the Virginia state flag. Look at those titties. Titty.
Yeah.
the singular. Yeah, I forgot. Just the one.
Look at that
Sick.
exhausted fella below her.
I know.
Yeah.
Tuckered him out.
That is dominance.
Yeah.
That's always tyrants. Yeah, if you're a BDSM guy, the Virginia flag was A-okay with you. But
True.
But a school district in Texas has banned 3rd and 4th grade students, 3rd through 5th grade, 3 grades, from doing lessons involving the Virginia flag. In fact, they took the entire section about Virginia off of its online learning platform. This is the Lamar CISD school district.
They're just not into that. Yeah, no boobs.
Well, it's the problem is there's a law put forward that there can be no full frontal nudity at all for 3rd through 5th graders. So all Virginia learning is out the window, and the reason is because the Virginia flag has a bare tit on it, which is included in the lesson that violated the district's recently adopted ban on visual depictions or illustrations of frontal nudity in elementary
would just say
Who
it's
school.
not
came up
full
with that
frontal.
flag though? It's pretty horny. Pretty horny.
Frontal
dude.
nudity, yeah, that's the way they used it.
It
Frontal
is
nudity.
horny.
Who decided to pop the tit out on the flag to begin with? Who's that guy?
Well, let's get into some of the hornier flags out there. So first of all, guys, I want you to look at the original Virginia
James Genius.
flag.
James Genius. Yeah.
Look how well. Now there was no. Would you trade?
Whoa,
This
look
is
at
the
bust on that
18.
chick.
she had
yeah,
both tits out. Why did she have the
Uh-huh.
tits out and armor on?
It's like
That's
how I used to
confusing.
draw tits in grade school.
So I got to be honest with you. This is the best photo that I could find of the 1865 Virginia State Seal, and
She's always dominating a dude with her tits out.
Yeah, but why does she have
those
her
tits
tits
aren't
out?
out. Those are armor
Well,
tits.
Are they
nipples
armored or are they
piercing through
out?
the nipple. She's got the high beams through the armor.
Yeah.
it's tough to tell. I wanted to bring it up to you guys. I don't know if you'd seen it before. I
It
hadn't
might
seen
be
it
one
before.
of those. What is the like the guy in Commando, like the mesh? It might be like one
Yeah,
of those
Bennett,
armor
like
suits that's
chainmail.
like chain linked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Let off some steam, Bennett.
yeah, Bennett.
Yeah, it looks like they're in, but they did include the nipple in the armor, which you got to appreciate. Those must be some real tough nipples.
Yeah.
Would you, as Virginians, do you guys prefer this where she's a solid D cup? She's really buxom, or where you get to actually when to see some nipple, you get to hector it, but it's more like a A or a B. In fact, I didn't even know it was a chick. Most
I like
of the
that
time.
one.
I thought it was a dude my whole life.
Me too.
She's got short hair. Sorry, in that picture. But yeah, no, I like the other one, Pat.
All right. Well, look, guys. This
Yeah,
is
the
one
original's 10 times better than the flag we actually ended up with.
It's way better, right? Yeah.
I mean, and there's also no full frontal nudity, so like it's just the whole thing, the total package. It's just way
definitely
better.
It's hotter. It's definitely
It kind of
hotter.
looks like a
It's more sexual, but without the nudity.
It
It's
looks
crazy.
like a painted on armor situation, you know?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
the best of both
Body
worlds. It's
paint.
like a body paint situation, which we all know is technically not nudity, guys. Virginia is one of 6 flags that depicts a lady on it in the United States of America. And I kind of wanted to go through
Sausage
real
fest.
quick.
Yes.
Before we get to the other nude flags, I want to get through some of the state flags, okay? And I kind of wanted to see who you think has the hottest chick on the state flags, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's kick it off, guys, with Wyoming. Not a real chick. Statue.
Statue. Not hot at all. Quite frankly.
Not hot at all. And 2 frontiersmen that are
I do
looking
appreciate the guy on the left's look.
like me too. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a couple frontiersmen who look like they're they're about to go to Paris, if you know what I'm saying.
It says livestock, mines, grain, oil.
Yeah.
That's right. The Wyoming State Seal. That's the great state seal, guys, and that depicts 2 dates. Who cares about the dates? A stained glass. Okay, who cares? Whatever. It's not a winner. New Jersey, guys, take a look. We got 2 ladies on the state
twins.
seal. New Jersey twins, double the trouble.
I like you.
You
I mean,
like
so
it?
far,
Okay.
these are some prude ass chicks on these flags.
I agree. Let's get to New York. Excelsior, right? Also twins.
Prudes. Yeah,
One's
one of
blind.
them's blind.
Yeah.
He's
So
justice.
yeah, she's justice. You can tell her that you're your
And
twin.
one's a wizard? What's
Yep,
the one?
and
What's
one's a
the guy?
wizard.
Yeah, it's like a wizard staff. Yeah.
Okay. Idaho. She's kind of hard. She's playing hard to get.
She
There.
is.
She's turned away from the gay Boy Scout on the Idaho.
She's
State
got a
flag.
little bit more of a sexy get up going on though. She's got some.
Yeah.
She's got some some curves to it.
The courtship's gonna take a while.
And if you like a lady with a little bit of Latin flavor, finally, least but not last, I'm talking about the lady on the state seal of Florida. Oh, senorita.
I think Virginia is the winner.
The original Virginia's the winner.
Well, even the tit
Okay.
one is better than all these.
You think the tit one's better? Who's the hottest flag? Who are you taking?
First set
down
of twins.
It does look kind of manly though. You're right. The tit with the man.
That one.
The New Jersey Twins.
They're buxom. The New Jersey Twins wins. Yeah.
But they're wearing like full judges robes.
I like I like the horse in it. You know, it's kinky.
the horse
All
and
right.
the plow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's state. So my vote's for the New Jersey Twins. Mark goes New Jersey Twins. Will, where are you going? You going Florida, Idaho, New York,
I'm going to original Virginia. I
Yeah,
can't
the
Virginia.
original Virginia's good.
Original
and
Virginia.
Wes?
Yeah, I'd have to go. Now that I think about how much the other one looks like a man, original Virginia, but I do like the tit out. I really do. I do like just being able to see the tit. That's
It is
important.
a nice
the-
touch.
It is
It's
nice.
just weird that they made it a man with a woman's tit.
Live
Yeah,
comments
yeah,
from
I mean-
Slate. Which one's the most
It's
racist?
just-
one?
Which one's the most? Probably the Florida, dude. The
I think Florida
picture.
looks like the Chiquita banana girl a little bit.
Yeah, but cool
it's a
because
little-
it's I don't think it's a Spanish woman. It's like an indigenous woman, right? Is that the?
Well, the Florida
let's see.
flag itself is a little bit.
that
iffy.
looks like Hawaii more than Florida, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the palm trees, but who? But what?
the
Who
woman.
is on the flag?
and look at the ship coming in to take her land.
right.
Right,
That's
right.
a
I
good
mean, that's
point.
what it feels like right there.
Yeah,
Okay, it's a
That's
Seminole woman. It's
Yeah,
a Native American
that,
lady.
okay, that one.
Right, and that ship is
That
coming
one
to take her
probably.
land. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
probably that one.
Of course, I guess they still have Seminoles there, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah, the steamboat, right, which is shown on the water in the background, represents the ship coming to take her land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is
When
what
you
it says.
think about it,
Exactly.
but the ship doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
when you
The
when you
rise-
think about it, unfortunately, this is the one that all the slaves saw. So,
Right.
the sexiest one, unfortunately, was what welcomed the vast majority of slaves to America.
That was alive. What they thought they were getting into.
Yeah,
Mm.
no, you see that coming in, and you're like, all right, maybe it's not so bad, and then you get out there, and it's not good.
The
She's
original
not good.
Virginia guy was so horny. The size of her tits and her nipples are poking through the armor. What the fuck?
Draw 'em bigger.
No, she could get them through the arm.
Strong
Will, remember
fingers.
this statue outside of the Iowa State Capitol, Will? The woman
That's
is
my
literally-
favorite one. She's
Wow.
she's
Yeah.
actually like feeling herself. Like
She's
she's
milking
the
'em.
sexiest by
Yeah,
far, but
it's
she's not on a
amazing.
flag. Yeah.
Me and Will spent a good amount of time at that
Like an
statue.
hour just
Yeah.
taking pictures next to it. Yeah. It was great.
I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised that's not been taken down yet.
It's amazing.
Well, they can't because we talked to the people. We interviewed some of the legislators, and we asked them, "Hey, how come nobody's taken down that pornographic statue outside?"
And then they tried to
And,
fight you. Like,
And
what?
no, they said, "Look, this is a statue commemorating all of the men who died in the Civil War in Iowa." And
I see it.
there's nothing you can do about it. She's feeling herself for those men, and you just got to deal with it.
Yeah, they
no,
wanted they sculpted a statue of what those men would have wanted had they lived.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's get into some nudity real quick on flags, and these are full frontal,
Okay.
and you really got to dig pretty deep to get into actual nudity on flags. But we did it. This is the current flag of a town in Finland
that.
called
Mermaid.
Pajani Tavista. Yeah, mermaid with the tits. What do we think?
Tasteful nudity with the mermaid lady. I like it.
Love it. Love
Love
it.
it.
That's a great flag for a town.
Okay, this is the flag, guys, for the Kingdom of Ireland from 1524 to 1800, and it's a harp with just
With
some
tits.
real honkers.
Yeah.
Perfect tits, but it's a little weirder. The heart.
It's like it's Virginia flag style, where it looks like a man with tits, and so it's like a little confusing.
It's weirder than the mermaid body. It's
Right,
like
right below
no
her tits,
legs.
she turns into like a flame, but the mouth's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
harps should look like, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, it's
Okay.
great. It's a great
Or a
harp.
harpist. If that's
All right, guys, this next one, this is the flag of Esamond,
That's lazy.
Netherlands.
Yeah, I agree. The everything the Swedish mermaid was much better than the Dutch mermaid.
Got an enormous belly button.
I agree, but look at that downstairs. She's thick.
Yeah.
Super thick. Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is the battle flag of San Jacinto.
They ripped off Virginia. Who was first?
Well, this is 1836, so they had the tit out first.
That looks dudeish too. That's more dudeish
Yeah,
than the
again.
Virginia thing.
Are we sure that's a woman?
Well, I think
know.
that's how they get away with it, guys.
I think that look at the sideburns on that dude.
Yeah. What woman has those sideburns?
Okay. Yeah, can you describe the flag to the people, Wes?
Holy shit!
It's a guy in like kind of like a almost like a samurai dress holding a
It's like
holding
Danny Masterson.
yeah, he's just it's a dude with sideburns. Yeah, that's all I can see now is the
holding a
sideburns.
sword,
holding a sword,
and then he's got a dress on showing
Yeah.
his titties.
yeah.
Okay.
That's a dude. That's
It's
a guy.
not. Yeah, it's a dude. All right, this next one, guys.
yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, so this is for Gluckenstadt, Germany. This is a town in Germany that has their own
think they
flag. The
win.
town.
Oh man, Germany loves sex, dude. They're a kinky little
Yeah,
country.
This chick is nude. She's balancing on a ball. She's walking on a yellow ball, and she's nude while flying a kite.
Remember
Fully nude.
During
So-
peak COVID, we discovered in this show how horny Germany is. They are the horniest country by
Oh,
far.
yeah, that's a horny flag.
Yeah,
Right.
orgies. all
She
the
could
time.
fall off that ball at any moment.
Yeah. You got good
Well, once
balance.
that's the wind, and it's over.
And you get to see her downstairs. Kind of looks like she's TPing a house in the nude. She's a real party girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, guys, this is the
Rolling
other.
into the orgy on the ball.
This is the other
Hard to
known flag with nudity. This is the flag of British Jamaica,
Okay. Yeah.
1906 to 1957.
Which flag is the most racist? We found it.
Found it,
Chris Slates. We found it.
Those are good titties, though.
Yep. So who wins the international nude flag contest?
Oh, the Germans.
The Germans, or the Swedes, but the Germans.
Yeah.
The girl on the ball. Yeah, that's
There's a
just that's nice.
Swede.
It's just a nice logo.
Yeah,
the
that's
Swede.
cool.
That's a very tasteful mermaid with the
Can't get
tits
a mermaid
out. That's
pregnant.
awesome. That's awesome. But then you go to the German chick. I mean, look at that. She's totally nude, balancing on a ball. Does
Does a
can't
mermaid
get
lay
more.
eggs? Or how's it?
Yeah, baby, I'll fertilize it just as soon
I
as I
think
get
you
off
gotta-
work. Just
you
lay
gotta
him for
dive-
me. And
Yep. You got to go dive under the ocean and then jizz on them at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah.
That's how.
Anyway, that's Gluckenstadt, Germany. She's the winner. That's the current flag.
Nice.
They haven't changed it. And
Hell of a game, Pat.
That's the show, guys.
Thanks for ending it that way,
Of
Pat.
course. Look at the one more time. The original Virginia Titty.
Great.
Honestly, the
Great
best
work,
one.
Virginia.
Yeah. That's good.
Great work. Let's bring that back. Anyway, that's the show. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Easter. Happy Good Friday. Happy the day in between Friday and Easter. And get out there have a great fucking day.
The cream of the crop!